Hi, welcome to my addictions website. This website is here to offer information, and as you can see from the menu above me, there is a lot of information about addictions. Now I do have to say that a lot of that information up there is based on old style type of work, based on concepts that were created some time back. Now, in my humble opinion, a lot of concepts that were created in the past aren't necessarily true. Modern neuroscience, that I tend to be much more involved in, tells us other things and really explains what's going on in the reward centres of the brain and why habits and addictions form. And certain types of psychological explanations don't fit that. Therefore, that particular type of psychological therapy won't be as efficient as people would like. Now, I'm not saying there's anything wrong really with those older methods. They have worked for many people, but they do tend to take a long time. The systems that I use tend to work quite quickly. Now, as you'll see on the menu, I work in two ways, but the main way for addictions is what's called the Flourish program. Now, the Flourish program will be explained fully on a different video, which you'll be able to click on that link that says the Flourish program and hear much more about it. Many of the people that I see for addictions are helped, sorted, and have got rid of their addictions within 3 or 4 hours. Some people, I have to say not many, and maybe if it's just something like, say, smoking or what I call a minor addiction, and there's going to be a lot of people say smoking is not a minor addiction, but there are some which I call minor because they're relatively easy to shift, and there are ones I call major addictions because they're much harder to shift. There are people I have helped stop smoking in 2 hours. Now, there's going to be lots of therapists out there going, well, I can do that, I can do it in 90 minutes. Yeah. But most people, let's say hypnotherapists, they can stop people smoking or help them stop smoking in 90 minutes to 2 hours. I can do that. In actual fact, I can do it in about 30 minutes using these techniques. However, is it a question of just stopping? And this is about any habit, any addiction. Is it just about stopping? No. It's about stopping. Let's say it is nicotine. It's about stopping smoking or stopping the old vapor cigarettes. It's about getting rid of the nicotine craving. Now, these techniques are powerful enough to eradicate cravings because they rewire the neurons in the brain. Taking away withdrawal symptoms. And again, there'll be thousands of therapists out there say that these things are impossible. Well, they are, using the out-of-date techniques that they use. But using modern neuroscience and the way that evolutionary psychology explains our brain, we can help someone, or rather I can help someone stop smoking. I can help them get rid of their nicotine or weed craving or chocolate craving. I can help them just ignore withdrawal symptoms and then put something in place that stops them ever starting again. You see, everyone was born a non-smoker. They weren't born a chocoholic. They weren't born an alcoholic. They become them. Everyone makes that choice to start. And once you make that choice to genuinely stop, then you can. And you can stop for good. You know, I hate the term recovering alcoholic. And I'll say, oh, you're a recovering alcoholic. When did you have your last drink? 20 years ago. Well, you're long recovered, mate. Sorry, you're not recovering. This concept of once you're addicted to something, you're always addicted to it is last century. Maybe even the century before. But it isn't true. But if someone gives you that thought pattern that you're always going to be an alcoholic, then you always will think those things. And that's just an old style way of stopping you drinking. But believe me, if you've not had a drink for 20 years and you have no craving for drink, you're not recovering. If you still have a craving for drink, then you need to try some different therapy. Sorry, I don't mean to be rude, but if after 1 year, 2 year, 3 year, 5 year, 10 years, 20 years, you still fancy a drink, you're still craving a drink, you're still missing a drink, you need to get some different therapy, because obviously you're only not drinking through willpower. You never hear a phrase like, oh, they're a recovering chocoholic. No, if someone stopped eating chocolate, they've stopped it. Oh, he's a recovering nicotine addict. No, if you stop smoking and you don't crave a cigarette, you're not a nicotine addict. You're not recovering. You recovered. Cured, it's been called. Anyway, I'm sorry. I'm just letting you know where I come from. As far as I'm concerned, when you make up your mind to stop, give me a call. Until you've made up your mind you're going to stop, don't call me. Because, quite frankly, if I'm seeing someone who's a time waster, I'm not seeing someone who's genuine. And I'm always busy. So, when you're ready and you want to stop smoking, gambling, whatever it is, give us a call. 01322 521011. Let's get you booked in for a half-hour free consultation with me. Let's talk about your situation and let's start to resolve it for you fast. Not over weeks and weeks. Fast. See you on another video.